reading for you about somebody who is thinking about what it would be like to live with you, what it would be like to hang out on the weekends or wake up next to you. We do have the man, but that doesn't mean that this has to be a man who is thinking these thoughts. This could be somebody who's thinking about a man. But more importantly, the masculine energy is more about like taking action towards that romance, right? So we have someone who is thinking, maybe I need to make my intentions known. Maybe I need to be clear to this person about how I feel and the fact that I could see this being a long term relationship. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. You can find that in the description box, along with information on how to become a member, how to find the t-shirt I was wearing yesterday, as well as how to find my Etsy shop if you are interested in a homemade soy candle. Um, let's see. Let's dive in. We're going to start with the Tattoo Tarot. What else do we have? King of Cups. And the Star. I only have eyes for you. I don't care what's going on with other people. I don't have interest in dating anybody else. I feel like I found the person that I want. I feel like I have found the love of my life. So this is very genuine. Hello, how's it going? Hold on, I'm trying to remember. Was it Gracie? Tell me if I'm wrong. I think I wrote it down over here. Do 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 do. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Yes, I did. Okay, cool. Ooh, I just knocked that over. Hold, please. My whole setup is falling. All right, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Hello, psychedelics. How are you doing? Thank you, Gracie. Hello, Joshua. How are you doing? Hello, Donnie. I hope you're having a good day. We have the High Priestess in the reverse and the King of Wands. This person's like, I was gonna say crazy about you. They're like nobody else exists except for you. They're very interested in figuring out how to be in a committed relationship with you. But with the High Priestess in the reverse, there's something here where it's like an Indiana Jones film. Like they're nervous if they step in the wrong spot or if they say the wrong thing, then it will all come crashing down. So I do think there is a little bit of anxiety that they're experiencing, worried that they're going to cause an ending in this relationship. Hello, Rajesh. How are you doing? Hello, Mamu. What's up? I try, Gracie. It's not always possible, but especially because YouTube changed what username I see. It's the handle now, I think, instead of the actual like channel name. That tested me a little bit. Absolutely. Hello, James. How are you doing? Hey, Rajesh, if you don't mind calling me Carmen, that would be my preference. And I am in Tennessee. We've got the Strength card with the Knight of Wands. I know what I want, but I want to make sure that I approach this the right way. I don't want to rush anything. I don't want to make you feel like, I don't know, like things are not quite what you wanted. We have someone who's very cautious even though they know exactly the direction they want to go. So, like, I'm waiting for you to figure out that's what you want too. That kind of thing. It's very sweet. Hello, Shaw. I do personal questions after the general reading. If you'd like me to add you to the list, you can put your question in a super chat. Hello, Adam. How are you doing? I do readings every day. But yes, if you would like me to add you to the list, you can put your question in a super chat. Hello, QuakeBox. Hello, See the Gray. How are you doing? Hello. Okay, so I should call you Tamil instead of Rajesh. Hello, Tamil. We've got the Four of Wands and the Emperor in the reverse. A big element here seems to be that there is mutual respect. I don't feel like I have to, investigate what you mean by things. Our communication goes through without like having to second guess things, or there's no like controlling energy. But with the Emperor in the reverse, we have somebody who's like, I don't feel like I can really like make it official quite yet because I don't want to rush it. Future spouse energy. Awesome. I've added that for you. Thank you, Gracie. Hello, Fairy Healer. How are you doing? James, sometimes it takes a while. This person's clearly trying to find the right moment. Because maybe if I confess or if I tell you just how serious I am about you, you might like go, and run away. They're nervous that maybe their seriousness about you or their decisiveness will be a little bit off-putting for you. I can't help it. I think of Jennifer Lawrence saying, you should be off-putting to, what's his name? You know, the dude from The Hangover, Galifianakis. That's what it is. I've got to make sure that I do things in the right timing and say the right things because this is the person that I want to be with. And I don't want to come across as, someone who's just looking for a one-night stand. And I don't want to come across as somebody who is too serious too soon. So they're very, very cautious. With the Eight of Swords, I do feel like this is your energy. Someone who's focused elsewhere. You may not realize this person is that serious about you. You might be a little bit distracted. We will go with the Wild Reflections Tarot. Hello, Merritt. How you doing? Yes, it's true. Exactly. So we've got the High Priestess holding back that truth or that energy. But there's something coming up that's going to make the King of Cups feel like it's the right time. I do think that they get advice from a close friend or a family member about whether or not they should confess their feelings and pursue something serious. Let's hope that this third party is a good influence, right? Hello, Pantha. That is quite the question. I do personal questions after the general reading, but I would say that King of the Universe is maybe not a good thing to be aspiring towards. We have Knight of Pentacles, Ten of Wands, and the Seven of Cups in the reverse. I think they have a strategy in place. I think they know, let's say, okay, so it's like graduation weekends are coming up, right? People are graduating from school, doing the commencement thing. We also have Mother's Day that just happened. Father's Day is coming up. There's a lot of holidays. Maybe there's even someone's birthday. But I feel like there is a particular date where someone is thinking to themselves, I need to make sure that I communicate after this is done so they've got all of that other stuff taken care of and they're not distracted. Or, maybe I want to make sure that there is a special gift waiting for this person on their birthday. Maybe there is some anniversary of a difficult event and you want to be able to mark it. There is a strategy based on a date that is important. And then this King of Cups feels like that would be the right time after that event has passed, or perhaps at that event, to confess their feelings and how serious they are. Hello, Royal Earth Angel. How are you doing? Hey, Royal Earth, if it's not for you, that's fine. I'm not insulted, but I would ask you to move along. This is a general reading, so it's not meant to be specific for one person. And then at the end, when I do personal questions, I do get very specific. And if you don't support what I'm doing, then I would ask you to go find a channel that you do like. So then why would that not be similar to people of the church saying that the Bible should be interpreted by particular people? I feel like, yeah, I don't know. If it's not for you, that's all right, but I would ask you to leave then. Hello, Jamaica. How are you doing? If you just want to be curious about it and talk with others, I'm like 100% about it. But if you're just looking to judge people for it, then I would think there's something better you could do with your Saturday. Okay, well, there is a phrase in there saying, judge not yet you be judged, right? Did I say hello to Skull? I hope you're having a good day. So we have Strength and the Five of Pentacles. They're nervous. If I confess my emotions, am I going to like lose you? What if you don't feel the same way? What if you just, feel like some physical attraction, but that's all you got? What if I make a fool of myself? They feel like it's kind of all or nothing. Okay. Well, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. You don't, but you do have to love thy neighbor. And I know that that one's in there. So being respectful of other people and their beliefs is something that I think should be like 101 in terms of how you show respect and love towards people. So if you have that more understanding, tolerant viewpoint, I think you would find that you have a better opportunity to learn some of the things that you need to in life versus just being in an echo chamber with people who believe the same things as you. But that's my opinion. You're entitled to your own. I just would ask you to consider that before you come back to the live chat. Hello, Hayoka. How are you doing? Thanks, y'all. I appreciate you. So with the Page of Cups in the reverse, we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse and the Star in the reverse. This is a third party. This is someone else who's interested in the same person. But this is someone who's unhealed. I think this is a garden tool. Someone who's really just looking for a good time. I think this is an ex or someone who's been in the picture before. And the King of Cups is seeing this person talk negatively or presumptively about the object of their affection. So the time frame that this King of Cups has prepared, like this is when I'm going to confess that I have feelings for this person. That timeline seems to align with someone else's return. Someone else who wants to, they're going to say that they want to get into a relationship with this person, but they're toxic. They're coming back around for a little bit of attention, a little bit of naked time. And it's causing some chaos or frustration for this King of Cups because they wanted to offer something serious, something real. This is the Shadowscapes Tarot. Hello, Nellie. How are you doing? Hey, Rachel. Hello, Don Rivera. How do we know that for sure? I do feel like it's Spanish in nature, but Puerto Rico, huh? I feel like it was, someone told me it was a word for like a sacred song. Hello, Napping. How you doing? What else do we have? Oh, yep, that'll be probably, well, we're about halfway through. We've got the Ace of Pentacles and Death with the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, this is someone who's been no contact or even ghosted. But there was some sort of breakup or ending, and they're coming back around at the same time as this King of Cups is going to confess their feelings for the Star. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. King of Wands and the Hierophant in the reverse. They don't want a relationship. They want some naked time. They want some attention. They're not willing to actually invest in a relationship. They just want some satisfaction. And I think this King of Cups has overheard something to give them that impression. And they know this could ruin their plans of offering a long-term relationship to the Star, because it's like you're just going to not trust anybody if this person comes back around. So now we have this King of Cups kind of worried, like, do I need to change my plan? Do I need to find a better time to communicate my emotions? Do I need to like delay it because this person's gonna cause problems? I'm not on TikTok, Heyoka, so I have not noticed that, but it could be in part the platform. Yeah. So we've got Ace of Wands in the reverse and the Three of Swords. Yeah, this player coming back around, The Queen of Wands in the reverse does not mean that they have to be a woman, by the way. But this is someone who feels like they're very attractive and feels like they can get the attention of their ex pretty quickly. But this is a heartbreaker. This is someone who plays games. Empress in the reverse. They don't have emotional maturity. So it's a stark contrast to what the King of Cups is actually trying to offer or wants to offer. But it makes them feel like now is maybe not the right time to offer this relationship. They're getting nervous. Oh no. That sounds like a lot of work, Rachel. So we've got the Moon and Justice in the reverse. Knight of Cups and the Nine of Swords. So it was already nerve-wracking and they were already anxious about confessing their feelings to the star and, you know, their serious feelings. But now they have the added pressure of an ex coming back around to try to seduce the star. And those toxic feelings potentially making it a completely bad time to confess their feelings. So now they're rethinking it. What do I do? Is this something I should do later instead of now? Because there's bound to be some argument or some uncomfortable conversations. But I think they're also nervous. Like, do I need to let the star know, like, I heard this information, or I know that they're not going to be honest about their intentions? Healing, releasing, purifying, and cleansing. So the star had already let go of or healed from this ex and probably even blocked them. And yet this ex is coming back around with the same old BS. Yep, same toxic energy, trying to chase the star and see if they can get another chance. I mean, that's still kind of impressive, Rachel. That's true. Hello, James. I can't say that they've ever really worked that well. I'm glad that they used to for a little bit for you, but my apologies. I know I'm kind of erratic in my schedule, but at least it's every day. We got misunderstood, victim, lost soul, and loyalty, trusting, reliability, and believing. So we have two very different energies approaching the star. One person is loyal and wants a long-term relationship and genuinely cares for or even loves the star. The other person is like a mistake from the past coming back around. A lost soul who has not been working on their healing, but likes to be flirtatious and probably finds physical intimacy to be easier as an expression of love than emotional. Exhaustion, depletion, drained, and long journey. Well, be careful with that, James, because you have the membership now. I don't know how that impacts it. Divine masculine, yang, masculine energy. Clinging on, holding on, obsessing, and spying. And lusting. Yeah. So this is that Queen of Wands in the reverse energy. They got they're heavy on the masculine energy. Not so good with regards to the emotional side. So they're trying to get through a difficult time in their life by distracting themselves with naked time. That's what they're doing. This is the Blood Moon Tarot. I hope it goes well for you, James. Hello, Pedro. I hope you're having a good day. Hello, Avita. I hope you're having a good day. And thank you, James. I appreciate you. We have the Lovers. The 10 of Dreams or 10 of Swords in the reverse. And the 10 of Skins or 10 of Wands. There's definitely a choice. This star individual has 2 secret admirers or 2 people who are expressing their interest. The star has gone through some healing and released this person from the past. So they feel like things are done with that person, with the Queen of Wands in the reverse. And I do think that they're going to be able to determine that person from their past, the Queen of Wands in the reverse, that they're lying. They don't seem to have any desire to rehash that old romance or give this person another chance. The risk is more so that the star is going to be kind of like, well, maybe I need to just like stay away from dating in general right now because of that person coming back around. Like they're a red herring, or what's the term? It's just like right there. A bad sign, right? A bad omen. So here we have the star again. I got to cover up the boobie because YouTube do not like the boobies. And the Ace of Songs, which is the Ace of Cups. So the star is healed and able to love. And is aware that the ex coming back around is likely just here for a good time, not a long time. Got it. We've got the 4 of Honey or the 4 of Pentacles. The 8 of Skins, which is the 8 of Wands. And the Moon in the reverse. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to be communicating with that person. I know what they really want. I'm not interested. I know that they have hidden motives, or that all they really want is a good time, and I'm not available for that. So we have the Page of Songs, which is the Page of Cups, the Knight of Dreams or Knight of Swords in the reverse, and the Empress. I don't know. I think this person is ready for love and is able to reject this person from their past, the Queen of Wands in the reverse, pretty readily. This is someone who's healed and has a good grasp on their discernment. So I think they would be able to determine that the King of Cups is genuine. May even already be interested in the King of Cups. Let's see. This is the Gypsy Oracle. Hey, Ruhio. Please, Ruhio, I've asked you multiple times. Please stop yelling. Please stop yelling. You just hit the caps lock button, and then there are magically some letters that are not capitalized. I've asked you 3 times. So please, Ruhio, stop. I'm glad to hear that, napping. I appreciate you. So we've got service and servant. Okay, so I think this is the King of Cups having a chat with the star, even though there are some things that make them nervous. There are some things that give them a little bit of anxiety. but they don't want to lose out on their opportunity. And there's something here that keeps this Queen of Wands in the reverse like at bay, or they're not there at that time. While that Queen of Wands is otherwise, disposed, there's a conversation that happens with the King of Cups and the Star. And I think this confirms that the Star does know that the ex is back around and the ex cannot be trusted. But also that the King of Cups is like they have the Star's back. This person wants to see you again, but I know for a fact, because I overheard them talking, that they are just here for, some naked time. That's all. That's okay, Rukia. I appreciate it. How did it go, Aveda? We have surprise and malady. There is something that prevents the Queen of Wands in the reverse from being able to pursue the Star as consistently or like assertively as they would like. I think they get like a cold or they have allergies. But there is an opportunity. It's like the universe itself is saying, you need to stay away over here. We don't want you anywhere near the Star. But this King of Cups, they're going to get the opportunity to be close and get closer to the Star. So it's very clear to me the universe is like, yeah, we don't want you to be talking to this person, but this one, we're okay with that. That would be a good choice for you. So you get a little stamp of approval from the universe. And a little bit of confirmation that who you're dealing with, you have to use your discernment to make sure you don't choose the person who's just looking for a good time. Just looking for that physical intimacy, It's true. I bet you start saying it that way. I mean, it's good that she appreciates the gifts, but I think it's definitely important to hold back and allow that space, that time for healing. So we've got the Four of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles, the World and the Sun. Yeah, there is an opportunity that seems to be very positive for this King of Cups. It's like you find the Star on their own. This Queen of Pentacles would be the one that they want to be in a relationship with. And because everyone else is busy or like kind of kept away, the universe is like showing its support for this King of Cups. Like making it more obvious that the King of Cups is genuine and would be a good partner to the Queen of Pentacles, which is the Star. So there is some respectful flirtation. And now we have someone who feels like they know, okay, I think I need to get to know this King of Cups a little bit better, because they are not the same as that Queen of Wands in the reverse that I know is just, a temptation. Three of Swords in the reverse, Page of Swords in the reverse. I already have healed from that type of energy. I'm not interested in, the physical intimacy without the emotional intimacy. So they get rejected. The Queen of Wands in the reverse, they get booted. They're not invited. They're not going to get the time of day from the Star. They're ready for a different type of love, and as a result, I think they are taking seriously this King of Cups and seeing that this person is genuine or thoughtful. Hello, Zuko. How are you doing? Hello, Keech. So we've got someone who confesses, and it looks like the star is interested. So all of that concern and anxiety, but it looks like it's going to work out anyways. So I wish those two a lot of love. All right, we are at 35 minutes and a half, so we are going to dive into personal questions. Thank you for liking and subscribing. All right, so what do we have for Gracie regarding future spouse energy? The King of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. This is somebody who puts your mind at ease, helps you to relax after a difficult day at work, for example. But with the moon in the reverse, I do feel like this is someone who, in like a previous relationship, has had to let go of manipulative tendencies or controlling tendencies. This is someone who has greater emotional maturity now, so they don't leverage those same tactics anymore. We have the Chariot, the 7 of Cups in the reverse, Page of Swords in the reverse, 3 of Swords in the reverse, and the Prince of Wands in the reverse. So currently, your future spouse is working on being more honest with themselves about what they need to work on. So accountability is big for this person right now. With the Page of Swords in the reverse, they are like rejecting something that they were raised to believe or seeing things differently, and it is helping them to heal some of those more like manipulative tactics they used in relationships in the past, particularly pertaining to arguments or when they get angry, making sure that they're being fair and approaching things from a place of calmness instead of, allowing things to escalate. So the future spouse is somebody that may have been in a very serious relationship before, maybe even married, but didn't really approach it the right way. And now they're acknowledging that that is something they have to change. There was codependent behavior that this future spouse of yours grew up around, and this is what they are unlearning. They're changing those habits so that they can be in a healthy relationship. Finding balance within themselves, not dependent upon external validation, and making some plans, I think probably to move or experience something a little bit different than what they have, because they felt like they weren't able to make changes previously. It's like their life was kind of decided for them. I believe in you, James. Hello, Ashina. How are you doing? All right. I'm going to do a couple of yes/no questions for the collective. So feel free to pause the video and come up with 3 questions that have yes or no answers to make sure that you get to your questions before I decide the answers. Well, before I pull the answers, really. So just to be clear, you want to have 3 questions that have a yes or no answer, like, does Billy like me? That's always my example. You can make fun of me if you want. I am excited for you. Hello, baseball. What's up? I hope you're having a good day. Let's get to those 3 questions. All right, what do we have for question number 1, please? It's a really comfortable shirt, but also kind of fun. We have, yes, you got it for number 1. Hello, Ina, how are you doing? For question number 2, we have probably not. And what about question number 3, please? What about question number 3? Your answer is in the cards. But you are the cards. I'm pulling another one. Negative. This tells me that for question number 3, for some of you, there is a path to a different answer, to a yes, but it requires action on your part. And it's probably an action that you've been avoiding or you don't really want to do, right? Hello, Ina. Sorry for saying it wrong. All right, y'all. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you for hyping if you're able to. And I'll see you on the next reading. Toodles.